Hello, welcome to Garden Chronicles. My name is James David, and in today's video, I'm talking about these elephant ear plants, exclusively known as the giant ears elephant ears. And these are actually native plants here in Southeast region, and this is based on my experience in cultivating them in my garden. Just some basics. Elephant ear plant is actually a very general common term named for a few various plant species. I'm actually covering exclusively the three different types in this video. This particular one is known as black stem Alocasia. It's not the simple type, the common Colocasia type. This particular one has a upright lance-like arrow leaf growth characteristics. You can actually see here that the leaf is always standing upright. It does not actually come down, and if it does, it's most likely has come to a very mature state where the leaf has already turning yellow. The unique feature about this dense dark colorization is actually the stem that grows together with the veins at the back of the leaves. It is somehow, I find that the whole dark colorization actually applies both in shaded area and in bright sunny area. I must say that currently these are actually trending plants way back before, and now has slowly switched to the variegated types. However, I find that the green common version is equally spectacular. These are the scripts from my older video which I've actually removed and added here. I had a very big problem when I have actually introduced them in a shaded garden. What has happened here is that there are some period in time where my garden become very shaded and lack of sunlight, and it has caused a very big problem when it comes to spider-mite infestation. I did try to use few of the pesticide, and none of it actually worked, and the plant actually almost succumbed to a huge stress and almost died. However, I noticed that once it has been exposed to bright hot sun, exposed to open sunlight and rain, they actually jump back to its rigorous factor. Hence, I find that in most cases when it comes to elephant ears, in my experience currently now, I find that they do well in outdoor kind of an atmosphere, in a climate kind of zone, because when they are grown indoors, you are going to have some battle with spider mites and pest problems. Also, I have come across ants were farming on them with mealybugs on them, so it was quite a big challenge. This is another one, Thai giant. The factor here is that they are not actually receiving a good optimum growth factor here, hence it's not really growing huge, but in nature, if you were to see it actually, I've seen many times when it's grown on the roadside or on abandoned areas. These are actually very huge plants, at least about 5 to 10 times bigger than this. However, I must say that the leaves are quite fragile. The Thai giant leaves are very thin and easily can be bruised. If you look over here, even with strong care, the very young leaves there's a lot of damage here and there. So what I can say here is that if you are cultivating Thai giant, do be careful about the factor that the leaves are quite sensitive and can easily get damaged. However, I like the colors here. They are very much on a milky tones and not in comparison to the black stem Alocasia. Also, another factor that I've noticed is that the common green version is slowly phasing out, and very much the variegated types are actually now getting very popular and in demand. Of course, they are considered trending plants, hence their care and cultivation it's a little bit more serious as they are very slow growing plants. This is also another Thai giant which I tried to cultivate using more in a water fountain. It did grow well for some time, but due to lack of sunlight, it did not do well. So I believe that the element here is that the bigger they grow, they really need good sunlight. Finally, the third species that I would like to talk about, which is also considered generally known as Elephantia, is this Xanthosoma species. Also was given a common name as Blue Taro, for it has a very slight blue sheen on it, which is also very unique. The beauty about this one here is that this is a very hardy, strong grower. It has almost taken half of my garden space, and I had some some difficulties in maintaining it, as they have just invasively taken a lot of my garden space. The other factor that I want to mention to you here is that I don't know you can actually see it, because they are not exposed to rain and sun. The they actually had infection with aphids and also spider-mites. And so as I mentioned earlier, I find that the nature element of sun and rain actually gives them a better quality, where they can become more hardy and strong plant. Also, the variegated version, commonly known as a Mickey Mouse plant, also comes from this variety. So what I want to mention to you here is that of course it will be very difficult for you to chase the trending plants, but however, by knowing where and how it actually comes from makes a lot of difference. I have taken a detailed information video on Xanthosoma species. Do check them in my playlist. Anyway, I have come to the conclusion of my video. If you have any questions, do put them in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer. If you can, please do click like and subscribe my channel. I would really appreciate if you can support my channel. And thank you so much and have a nice day. Happy gardening. Bye.